5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Please welcome.
Welcome to the gayest podcast ever.
Hello and welcome to the gayest podcast ever. I'm Josh and I'm here with
Eric
and CJ.
Well, hello and happy holidays, boys.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Holidays.
We made it to the 12th and final level of Jumanji.
Oh, hopefully it's a final.
Girl,
It
I
is.
could not wait to scream Jumanji on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Anyone know where the green stone is?
My goodness.
If I knew, we'd be hoarding it and we all just shouting at it, shaking it like a shake weight. Please, girl, save us Christmas. But yeah, so it's December. The holidays are upon us. For everyone out there listening, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming everyone knows that we've been in quarantine, been living our lives at home for the past. Gosh, it's crazy to think that we started in March and we're in December now.
Yeah, if you don't know by now that we're in quarantine, then I don't know where you're living because I want to come visit.
Right.
Florida.
Yeah, they're definitely not in quarantine there.
Yeah. But I thought we would start our Christmas themed episode with talking about better days gone by, our Christmas memories, Christmas past. Who's the ghost of Christmas past? I've never seen A Christmas Carol as I remember from the
They
podcast
have
from last
actual
year.
names?
I thought, like their names or like who
I
played
thought they
them
were
in
just
the
called the
movie?
Ghost of Christmas Past.
I was
Oh,
like,
sure. Yeah, I don't know.
I like the Scrooge movie with Bill Murray. I don't know any of the names who played any of the kids.
Love that one. I should add that to my list. I haven't seen it.
Except
guess-
Alfred Woodward.
I was going to say, I have seen Scrooge, so I guess I have seen a variation of the Christmas Christmas
You just
Carol.
call him, his name is the Ghost of Christmas Past. That's his name.
Okay, that's his name. Okay, well, he's here now. Doodaloo, doodaloo, hill. Hark, hear the bells. Dun, dun, dun. Play,
His name is Christmas. It's pre-COVID. It's his name.
Chris pre-COVID Kringle.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's here, and so I thought I'd start. We'll start with you, Eric. And we want to know, what was your favorite memory of Christmas, that you can think of? Keep it PG.
Okay. Well, so it was Vegas, 19.
Santa was turning tricks on the corner. Mrs. Claus is doing a line.
Whoa, you took it there. So my favorite memory, Christmas past. I guess I was just younger when I was growing up. My mom had a lot of siblings, so I had I think there were 18 first cousins. So my aunts were always all pregnant together. We all just grew up together. My mom's birthday was Christmas Eve, so we always got together. That was when we did our big family Christmas, and all the cousins would all be there. So it was just us all running around and, so excited for Santa to come and the next morning. And then Christmas Day was just always, we got up and we opened presents with my family. And, Jenna, my cousin that I'm super close with, and her family would come over. And that was just the highlight of my day. We'd sit there and play games all day and just eat and just have a good time. And then later in the evening, I remember friends would come by and family friends and stuff. And all the adults would just hang out and all the kids would get to hang out together. It was just a great time of the year. I always had magical, happy Christmases as a kid.
That's wonderful.
Love it.
Also, as a fellow December birthday baby, I love that Marsha's I see you, Jesus, and I'm taking it back for some of myself.
Oh, yeah.
Good for her. How about you, CJ?
Mine's actually I've got a very specific one. It was very recent. Well, not recent. It was about the beginning. Steve and I started dating, and it's probably the first Christmas that he went home, and we spent the night at my parents' house before Christmas. And it was just me and Steve and my mom, and we stayed up wrapping gifts because my mom always likes to wait till the last minute to wrap all those gifts from Santa. And so the three of us just stayed up and we laughed and had so much fun. And like my mom ran out of wrapping paper at some point, so we were trying to like finagle the wrapping paper. Like, okay, let's turn it at this angle. Maybe we can save paper this way. Nope. Let's put a big bow right here. And we just stayed up till like 2 a.m. having the best time. But yeah, I mean, just stuff like that. Usually, as an adult, anyways, I was in and out at my parents. Like I would show up either late on Christmas Eve and leave sometime after like a late lunch on Christmas Day. So there wasn't a lot of time for like memories, but this particular one we went down early and we spent so much time and had a lot of good memories together. So that was very enjoyable.
Love that. I love that memory. Eve.
Yeah. Thinking back to when I was a kid, one of the things that we did every single year was we did Christmas Eve at my dad's side of the family, and we would drive out to Clarkston, and my grandma was a twin. And my grandma lived out in California and her twin lived in Clarkston. And so they would host all of us on Christmas Eve and we do the big to get together. And as a kid, I thought we drove like 6-7 hours. Like I thought it was so far away. And now like we lived in Ferndale. It was literally a straight shot up 75.
So my family was the same way. Like we were the only two families out of all the 7 that lived on the west side. So every time it was out this way, we had to get on 696. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to take forever. Like that's when I like first moved over to this part of town. It was like, it's so far away.
Yeah. And so we're driving.
It's like a 30-minute drive.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Right?
When you were little, it was eternity.
Yeah. Well, and we'd get to Clarkston and see all these like mountains and hills that people are skiing. And I was like, are we in the UP? Like, where the hell did you take us? Like,
Josh is like, I ain't doing no manual labor.
It was intense as a kid. But the other thing I'd always remember, and I don't know why, and she's passed now. I wish I could ask her. My Aunt June always made Sloppy Joes for Christmas Eve. And I mean, they were delicious and it fed a lot of people. So I totally get it. But I was just like, what an interesting choice for Christmas Eve.
Dude, with big families, that's how we rolled. I'm like, I always make fun of my aunts because I'm like, oh, there's 12 different kinds of salads. Like, there's spaghetti salad, there's macaroni salad, there's potato salad, there's broccoli salad. They each have a salad they make.
Right? Yeah, and they're known for that salad. They've perfected it. They spent years, welcome to a Midwest Christmas. You've perfected that salad. And it,
oh my God, yeah. I had aunts, that would, they didn't cook. And so our family realized that they can't cook. So every year they got to bring the corn and like the peas, and they would bring a couple cans of corn or peas, and that would be what they provided every potluck because no one wanted them to cook.
That's how I'm showing up to a family holiday. Until I married Dan, I'm like, I'm in charge of wine or like.
My family put me in charge of mimosas every Christmas. They learned real quick, don't let Josh make anything.
We started doing this thing. So my family tries to pick like a different cuisine every year just to change it up. So we'll do like, this year we're doing like Thai and sushi. But we'll do like Japanese or Italian, or we just try to switch it up every year. And I remember one year we were doing like Cuban food. And I ordered this Cuban bread from Bahama Breeze because I was in charge of an appetizer. And I took it, and my brother loved it so much. He was going to his fantasy football draft. And he called him. He's like, what is the recipe for that Cuban bread? And I was like, and I had made this big stink all of Christmas Eve. And I was like, well, why do you want to know? And he's like, oh, I'm going to take it to my fantasy football thing. So I made up this whole thing. And I go, I can't live with this lie anymore. I go, if it turns out bad, I go, I just bought it from a restaurant.
That's awesome. Yeah. And Eric, my mom is one of 15. So like I have an insane amount of cousins. And so if we ever wanted to do Christmas, we'd always have to rent like a hall. Like usually we do it like a church hall or a community center and do it that way. And everyone would bring in whatever they wanted. But I just remember running around with my cousins and doing all that. And it stopped for several years because when you get that large, when you have 100, 150 people, like people get tired of planning it. It gets expensive because people don't want to chip in and family politics. And I was probably in my late 20s, and I was like, we need to do this again because I have all these memories and I want my nephews to have these memories and this and that. So I planned one, and it was one and done. It was a lot of work.
I did mine last year. It's a lot. We hosted mine last year.
Yeah.
I mean, they even said my aunt posted something on our family website, obviously because of everything going on, like no, big gathering. So can't very well get 200 of us in a room. And they were like, okay, Kris Jenner, like the Kardashian Christmas party's canceled. I was like, yeah, nobody really had to post this. We all knew that.
Yeah.
I love that you all with big families have a family website that you can go and check.
Yeah, we have a family group, Facebook group that you can post in. Oh, baby was born. So
I called my mom yesterday, and that was our family group that we did. Like, as an only child, you don't get a website.
CJ was like, Mark safe.
Yeah, I would have to update that website. I'm not creating a website.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh, okay. I know. I did find out. I mean, this is kind of sad. But like some of my aunts, and uncles, they're Christian. So they don't really believe in my lifestyle or choices. Apparently my choice. But yeah, I did find out on our one family website, my one aunt did delete me and Dan's wedding, like off of the website.
Off of the group chat? I don't recognize this marriage. Delete the post?
Our Ancestry.com. Like, yeah, she deleted it.
He tried to delete you from Ancestry.com?
Just my marriage to Dan. Just my marriage to Dan. Yeah. I was like, my mom threw a big stink about it. And I was like, Mom, nobody goes on Ancestry. I don't care.
Team Marsha, let's take her out.
Yeah, it's crazy. My godmother too. It's super awesome.
Dolly Parton wouldn't do that to Miley.
Wow.
Dolly Parton would support Miley. Okay, well, so the other thing I really want to talk about from Christmas past is, have you boys thought about, I asked you earlier, think about it, your favorite Christmas gift that you got, I guess anytime ever, I don't even care how old you are, if you were a kid or an adult, your favorite Christmas gift that you've ever gotten?
New bike. Every time, we would get new bikes all the time. That was my parents' gifts to us, and I love getting new bikes.
Oh, okay. I have cried approximately 2 times during Christmas over gifts. One was when I got, I think, the Super Nintendo, like the original Super Nintendo.
Square controller one.
Right, yeah. And then when we first got our first family computer, because I wanted one, and my parents kept going, no, they're so expensive, blah, blah, blah. Plus we got to get the internet and all that.
He couldn't wait to start that online career.
Right. Doop, doop, doop. Never looked back. But that was the one, I think, because I think we all listened to last year's Christmas episode today, and that was the one where I was like, where my dad would be like, oh, what's that under the blanket over there? And it would happen to be the computer. I don't know why I didn't notice this heaping pile of boxes under a quilt in the corner of the room on Christmas Day. But I was so distracted about the actual gifts I could see that a good hour passed, and he's like, oh, hey, wait, what's all this stuff over here under this quilt? It's a computer.
That's so awesome. And I know our generation, for kids listening today, but did you guys have a designated computer room in your house a designated, and you had to you shared
That's
it? You had to,
I had 3 older siblings. No, we had no room for a computer room.
No, we kept ours in our den, and then one year when my parents were remodeling and putting in a bathroom in the den, it actually came into my bedroom, and that was the worst thing that ever happened.
I'll just say this. I'm so glad ours was kept on our computer wall. When you were walking upstairs is where it was, next to the phone in the dining room. But it was on the wall that you go upstairs in the house we grew up in. And so it was in the living room so everyone could see. And I learned about search history very quickly. And let's just say, thank God I had a gay older brother to blame it on.
Every gay kid ever learned about cookies and search history, browsing, clearing your cache out real quick. Real quick.
What's this?
Private browsing.
Yeah. I'd say mine is, and it's super funny because I was talking to my mom earlier, and she goes, I think it was when you were 10. She goes, I think it was 1995, and it was the year she got me a boombox. She goes, that really was the year that it kind of like. She goes, you really got into music, like who wrote it, who produced it. I go, it all started then. My little tiny obsession with all things music. I was 10 years old. They gave me that Casio boombox. It had a cassette tape on the front and a CD open up on top. It was black. It was I loved it.
I can
so
just
much.
imagine you with it on your shoulder, like
I just
walking around.
remember running into my bedroom with this boombox and just like I was like, I want to. Tiffany's like, let's play the board games. Let's play this and that. I was like, I'm playing with my boombox.
I
So
remember
ridiculous.
my senior year Christmas was pretty great too because I finally got my first Nokia. So I, got my cell phone, and my parents bought me the thing for your car that you could put the tape in the track and then set the CD player on your knee.
Yeah, the adapter type thing.
CDs. Oh yeah, I drove my ass to Sam Goody like 3 times that week. Like,
I told my mom, I remember going to Harmony House in Hazel Park and getting a CD. Mom was like, oh, that closed. And then I go, do you remember Media Play? She goes, there was one Christmas. She goes, I think I spent my entire Christmas budget at Media Play getting you and Tiffany the CDs and the DVDs that you wanted. I go, oh, those were the days.
Yeah. After my first CD player, I discovered Columbia House. Those are not a penny. Those are not. They get you. That first one's a penny, then all the rest are like $30 piece.
I remember Columbia House.
But like you could like just write down whatever, and they would send you those 6 CDs, and then just put like an invoice. Like I literally remember doing it one time, and I think I got the Tony Braxton Secrets CD
I love that you
the
remember.
Atlantis. Oh, I remember because it was all the music I was afraid to ask my parents for because I was going to be like ashamed that they thought I was gay. So it was Tony Braxton Secrets, Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. I think Gloria Estefan's Greatest Hits. Like it was literally
that
like,
one was the red flag.
Yeah.
I
and
once walked into your high school room, and I want to be like, how did you not know he was gay?
As there's a life-size Britney poster on the wall. Yeah. But they thought I thought she was pretty, which she's gorge. But yeah, so that was super, super special. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting me, the ghost of Christmas past, into your lives for that. I loved it. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to refill our drinks. And when we come back, we'll get a visit from the ghost of Christmas present. That's COVID Kringle.
COVID Kringle.
She'll be right back. All right.
It's funny because it's true.
I love the way that you talk.
And we're back, and now the ghost of Christmas present is here. And she, you know what? I'm making that.
She showed up last March. No.
I'm making all these ghost she's like, we 3 queens of Orient are.
Well, she is hideous.
Yeah.
So Christmas present, Christmas 2020. It's definitely going to be unlike any Christmas ever that a lot of us have ever experienced. And, clearly we want everyone to stay safe because we want to see everyone in 2021 when we're finally able to, because the vaccine is coming. It's coming. Did you hear today that they gave the first dose to the woman in England? She's 91.
I heard the doctor on NPR today that they gave it to you at his first dose as well.
Yeah, nice. So they started in the UK, and the second person to have it, his name was William Shakespeare.
It's not the kind of shots I really like during Christmas. I mean, nobody wants a giant needle in their arm.
Hey, at this point, that's the shot I'm getting. Give it to me.
The gift that keeps on giving, Clark.
So we thought we'd talk about kind of what we're doing to remain cheerful and joyful and keep the Christmas spirit alive in these unorthodox times. And so I thought, one of the things, I'll go first. One of the things that me and Spencer have been doing that has really, really helped us, and God bless the TV networks they've been doing a lot of musical TV episodes, like a lot of musical specials, I should say. Even though it's all like socially distanced and pre-recorded from a lot of people's homes, I've been loving it. Like, you know, they did a Dolly Parton one, they did a Carrie Underwood one, they did a Mariah Carey one, and I've just been obsessed with them, and I can't stop watching them. Have you guys watched any of those like holiday, like Christmas music specials?
No, we just decorated kind of recently, and you know, we definitely went above and beyond on like the decorations and stuff this year. But I pretty much just have watched a couple classics: The Family Stone, Love Actually, Home Alone, just, you know, the classics, Elf.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched many of the musical. I watched one Hallmark movie though. You'll be proud of me. I watched the Jonathan Bennett one.
The gay one. Yeah. How about you, Meeks? I know you.
I obviously, because I texted you the entire time that I was watching it, I watched the Mariah Carey Magical Christmas Special, which I thought was amazing. And it was so good. And I liked that they didn't put any current events in it. They didn't talk about like, oh, COVID and this and that. Like, so they could play that next year. It's going to be great. They're just going to be able to roll that out. I haven't watched the Dolly one yet. It's on my list. You know, I love some Dolly.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at the Mariah Carey one. You're right. You did text me the whole time, so it actually intrigued me more because she did, 50,000 costume changes. Woman looks fabulous. She's 50.
Amazing.
Mariah Carey is 50. She looks fabulous. She needed 2 elves to hold up her titties. They were out there. And I don't know, she named them like Holly and Jolly, but she was giving Dolly Parton a run for her money with those titties.
Yeah.
But she sounded amazing. She looked amazing. The costumes, Apple TV put some money into it. So it's called a Mariah Carey Christmas Special. And it's on Apple TV for those of you who don't know.
Christmas Special.
Magic Christmas. And it was delightful. It had...
can't forget about the Magic Girl.
Yeah. And so the premise of it...
Magic was holding those titties up.
So. Yeah. Spencer literally is like, he's like, what is keeping them from popping out? I go, I don't know. 2-sided tape would not do. Like, it's literally, that's the magic of the special. But it's very lovely. Billy Eichner, actually, was that Billy Eichner? He's family. He's LGBTQ. He plays this. Oh my God, he plays this elf who's trying to keep Mariah Carey in line, and it's just hilarious. And then there is this magical moment where Ariana Grande and Jennifer Hudson come out and sing this song with Mariah Carey, and I just got goose pimples and loved it. Oh Santa. Right? Oh Santa. And I just am obsessed with it. It's one of my new favorite Christmas jams. So,
which was one of my favorites before the special. I mean, it's a great little bop. I think it was, to me, was number 2 on the album after All I Want for Christmas Is You, which obviously is her big one. But yeah, that was probably second place for me on that album.
Yeah. And then the patron saint of Christmas 2020, I bet she's not dead, but if there was the
Saint
ghost
COVID.
of Christmas present, Saint COVID, would be Miss Dolly Parton. And she released a Holly Dolly Christmas this year. And I've been watching all the interviews with her, and she is just God's gift to the world. Miss Dolly Parton. And so have you guys on Netflix, she's got a Christmas movie called Christmas on the Square?
I've seen it.
I have not.
Girl.
It's cute. I don't know, was it shot during COVID? Like it
had to have been, because the very first thing I said out of my mouth when I saw it was like, oh, this was shot on a soundstage. Yeah. And the very first thing and then CJ started watching it and he texted me, he's like, oh, you can tell this was shot on a soundstage. It looks so fake. It looks so
30
fake.
seconds into it, I'm like, oh, it's on a soundstage.
Yeah. I mean, as Spencer said, he goes, I don't know if this will be in the rotation every year.
I was actually confused with their choice of like actors in it. Do you think because they're not B-list, they're not really even C-list actors?
I mean, Christine Baranski clearly
obviously
is
was the biggest star besides
Dolly.
Christine Baranski's in this movie.
She's the main character. She's the Scrooge type character.
She plays a good Scrooge though.
Yeah.
I would say then Jennifer Lewis.
You're right. Yeah.
Jennifer Lewis has got some screen cred to her.
See, like
But you're right.
these movies, I'm not gonna watch. I'll watch like these off-brand Christmas movies, like Bad Moms 2 or Daddy's Home 2, or like where there's like a Christmas theme. But I'm not watching like the Dolly Christmas.
So Bad
Okay.
Moms Christmas was amazing. I did watch that. But the one thing about that I thought was kind of neat about the Dolly Christmas in the Square was the main guy, the preacher in it, the Bob Cratchit, will you? He was in, the only thing I know him in is RuPaul's AJ and the Queen. He was the boyfriend that stole the money and like got away from RuPaul.
Sweetie, I think you're part of the only 1 percentile in this little podcast.
This is true.
AJ and the Queen.
I mean, she has an amazing body.
I tried watching AJ and the Queen, and we got through one episode, and I was like,
he has a rock
sorry, Ru.
body. So the fact that he was playing the preacher, and I was a little confused.
Sasha, I noticed Dolly has also been a big stress reliever for you during like this holiday season and like the COVID thing. She's kind of been giving you life.
She has. I listen to every interview she gives, every podcast she's been on. If you need someone to give you life, she is the one, man. She is just everything. Sorry.
Well, like the usual hustle and bustle of Christmas, like, you know, you were going to parties every, Saturday and Friday. You got like 3 Christmas parties, I mean, CJ usually hosts that ornament exchange. We're usually doing something like, it's just always busy, busy, busy. Do you miss the hustle and go of Christmas, or are you enjoying that you kind of just get to relax?
So I'll answer this because my life dramatically is different. Right now, being unemployed from working in retail, like Christmas to me and the holiday season is always the most stressful. It's always the busiest. I have to work 7 to 6 days a week. I don't have time for anything. So when I'm trying to make time for parties and get-togethers, it's always a disaster. So this year, being able to actually enjoy and celebrate the holidays has been amazing. We had our tree up before Thanksgiving. We had our Christmas lights up before Thanksgiving. We had our Christmas cards mailed out on December 1st. That's a first. We didn't even mail Christmas cards out last year because it got to the point where like, they'll not receive them. Let's just throw them in the trash. But yeah, like I've really enjoyed the season this year. And it's all thanks to COVID.
Josh, what about you?
So it's super funny is after last year, there was one night where we literally went to all the Tri-County area. We had a Christmas party in all the counties. I drug, and Spencer, who is more of a homebody than I am, I drug him to all these Christmas parties, and he drove as I had a bottle of wine at each one. He was a trooper. And so I made a promise to him. I go, I promise you next year, I will not drag you to all these Christmas parties.
Your fault. It's your fault.
I'm keeping my promise.
Oh my God. Josh is sitting over there like winning.
I am not dragging him to one Christmas party this year. So it is different. I mean, the hardest part, I would say, like I don't miss, because I say yes to everything. I want to be everywhere. I want to enjoy all that Christmas. I want to see everyone. I love the hustle and bustle of it. I love going to downtown Detroit. I love going to Plymouth. I love going to all these downtowns and seeing the Christmas lights and doing all this stuff. And it just feels so different this year. So I do miss that, but I am thankful that I don't have any of that. And I have to take my Christmas Xanax every Saturday to get through the holiday parties.
You can still do that. Like, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Like, there are things that you can do. Like, definitely, I was listening to a couple ideas, and me and Dan have also discussed. We are sponsoring a family for Christmas this year, with everything that's going on. Yeah. And I saw that you and Spencer did like the lights at DTE. We always go to the lights through Heinz Drive. We may switch it up this year and go to DTE. I know the zoo was doing something with light. Like, you can still drive around and look at people's houses. We used to do that as kids all the time, and like I just feel like it can be such a simpler, happier Christmas and make you appreciate it in a way that you didn't think that you could. So you just gotta try to pause for a minute. I hate to use the word pause.
Eric, you give me a little Dolly Parton chills over there with your Christmas.
I'm just saying you
ideas.
gotta
No, I
you gotta
love
try
it.
and make the best of it. It's the most happiest magical time of the year, like we talk about. And so, I mean, yeah, we can't do all the things that we want to do, but we can definitely be thankful for what we have and be more appreciative.
Yeah, I
I
agree
think that's
100%.
so
I think
smart.
it's been a big reminder that this time of year, just slow down and enjoy it. Like, yeah, you might not get to those 78 parties that you're invited to, but like, enjoy like the whole experience of it. Like, us putting our tree up and every night, like, lit in the living room, and just like every now and then, like at least once a night, we look over and we're both like, wow, like it's a nice having the tree up. Like, this is enjoyable. And like, we're not rushing to get somewhere. We're not rushing to be at a mall, staying in line to buy a gift for somebody and wrapping. Like,
And you can also still do the parties, like if you want to do like a Secret Santa gift exchange. I mean, I've even thought about bringing this up to you guys that we all just send it on Amazon, pick a name, send it on Amazon, and have a Zoom party, and then everyone opens their gifts on Zoom and have a couple cocktails, like a happy hour after work or something.
so
Yeah.
I've looked into it. There are like websites you can go to, and you basically send the invites out, and it will push it to everybody in the invite, and you can go through and it draws a name for you, and then you have a deadline to buy a gift and send it. So I thought that was
How
cute. So
lovely.
Make it happen, TJ.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I
I'm
actually
not responsible.
I'm trying to do that. So I'm actually organizing a cookie exchange with all of
Our little
my
baker.
yeah. Oh, that's one thing that COVID taught me this year is how to bake. So yeah, we're doing a cookie exchange, and everyone we're just going to do a drop off at a driveway, and everyone just picks up their cookies, drops it off, socially distance, and that way we can kind of see each other from a distance and wave. And because I have my East Side friends do a big Christmas party every year, and it's been canceled, so we're trying to find a way to still see each other and enjoy something. And so we're doing this cookie exchanging because that's what my waistline needs in 2020.
Yeah, I was gonna
more
say
cookies.
I'm so excited for more food and cookies. I can't wait.
And one other thing that I think we need to touch on, because it's been so talked about and everything, is the representation that gays have gotten in 2020 and the holiday market. And there's three big ones. The first one has aired, the Hallmark movie, The Christmas House with Jonathan Bennett. The second one was on Hulu called
Who
Happiest
recently got
Season,
engaged to his boyfriend too.
Yes, I saw that.
sponsored by K Jewelers. Yeah, we all saw it. I have thoughts on that I won't ruin his engagement with. But yeah, so then the second one was the Hulu Happiest Season. And then the third one comes out this weekend, and that is I feel so terrible. I think it's called I almost called it the Christmas Hookup, and it can't be called
The
that.
Christmas setup.
The Christmas Setup. Okay, I was
Setup.
like, they could not call the gay.
Oh my God, sponsored by Grindr.
Santa's a little scruffy this year. No. And that one is on Lifetime, and
Santa
it's with
looks
Fran.
jacked.
It's with Fran Drescher, and I'm super excited for it because I
Who
love
is
the
a
nanny.
gay icon herself?
Oh,
I mean,
love the nanny. Love the nanny. But so that's coming out this weekend, and that one actually focuses on the two main leads as two males. Whereas the Hallmark movie, while it was really great to see Hallmark putting forward a gay couple, they were definitely a B plot, not the main plot. And then we've all watched Happiest Season. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I enjoyed it too. I wish they had really.
I wish we ended up with the ex-girlfriend. I wanted Kristen Stewart with the ex-girlfriend.
But for me, like, Dan Levy is such a force right now and such an iconic person. Like, they could have utilized him so much more. I was thinking they should have done like My Best Friend's Wedding, like really got him in there sooner and played a bigger part. Because that's why I tuned in was Dan Levy. Like, I'm not a fan of Kristen Stewart, so
she was actually, but we all agree Kristen Stewart was not the worst. She was not the worst part of that movie.
No.
But no, I see a lot of campaigns for justice for Riley. Aubrey Plaza, who was phenomenal in that role.
Her.
I wanted to have sex with her. And then I also seen Justice for Jane, the other sister.
I loved her too.
I thought she had great comedic timing, and she had those great one-liners. You're right. I thought her and Dan Levy could have really played off each other. But if you haven't seen those, do it. Include the LGBT community in your Christmas holiday because, make the Yuletide gay.
Yeah, we're here, we're queer. We're going to be showing up at your Christmas feast.
Yeah, no one gets lit like a gay man. Okay, so we're going to take a quick little break. We're going to refill our drinks, and then we'll be visited by the ghost of Christmas future. Ooh.
It's yet to come.
Oh, again, haven't seen A Christmas Carol. We'll be right back.
I love the way that you talk.
And we're back, and now she's here. She's the Christmas of future nostalgia. Oh, the ghost of Christmas future can be Dua Lipa.
She's my favorite one.
Don't stop now. Or don't stop now. I don't even know. Okay, so Christmas of Christmas future. So in a world where
he's yet to come,
where COVID has been eradicated, we're 20 pounds lighter. Wine is at its all-time lowest price. We're living our best lives.
This is where that dream music would go over your head when you go into the dream sequence.
I love that you said wine was at its lowest price.
That's part of my dream. I just want all of the wine for a great price.
Josh literally asked for Christmas. He goes, breakfast wine. He put it on his list.
Girl,
he's going to be at the store Emily, do you have breakfast wine?
Emily, today I literally was making some toast to go to work, and I was like, what would pair great with this cinnamon raisin bread? A breakfast wine.
Right.
My employer would probably frown on that, but it'd make my day a lot better. Okay, so I think first let's talk about if any of us have kids, or even if we don't have kids, just our families, our units, what would you love to see? What type of things did you experience that you would love to pass down to your kids, or to kind of have in your family every year for your traditions? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I definitely love the idea of if I'm going somewhere for Christmas, I still want it to be a cold environment. My family had a condo. We went there one year for Christmas, all of us in Orlando, and I did not like it. It did not feel like Christmas. Plus, it really irritated me that people in Florida in 72-degree weather were walking around in hats and gloves, and I'm like, this is not cold. I wouldn't mind going somewhere New Hampshire, or Colorado, or somewhere like that. I would love to do New York for Christmas. But definitely if I ever had kids, if we ever have kids, I wouldn't mind doing something up north and having Christmas Day just up there. Just somewhere separate from home.
Ooh, I'm just the opposite. Give me sun, give me sand, give me ocean. No, I don't want snow. So my parents actually have a condo in Florida, and their week that they get is actually Christmas week. The first year they had it, we went home, we opened gifts, and they're like, okay, we've got to go. We've got to get on our flight and go to Florida. I'm like, well, you're not taking us, so that's not fun at all. But yeah, I would give me, Steve and I say it every year, one Christmas, we're going to say, sorry, we're not going to be home this year. We're going to send you all of our gifts, but we're going to be somewhere on a beach having cocktails, just not even thinking about Christmas and enjoying that time off together.
But so why don't you want to enjoy? I mean, why don't you want to think about Christmas? It's Christmas.
Well, I don't like the cold. Yes, granted, I moved to the north from
the south.
I was going to say, I think I would want, when I think about future Christmases, I'm kind of Team Eric on this. I like snow one day a year, and it's Christmas Eve at midnight. So Christmas morning, everything's white. That's the only day I like Christmas. Then it can melt. But I want that white Christmas. I want that picturesque, that Hallmark movie-esque snow falling. But I have friends that Jess, I know she listens to this usually. Her and her husband Peter, they go on a cruise every single year for the holidays.
Not
So
2020.
that way
They did
they
it in
don't-
2020, girl.
No, they didn't.
they are not going this year. And
We're
they're
not talking
super
about the
sad about
president.
it.
We're talking about
But they're talking about their future, and so they love their cruises, and they do it every year, and it sounds. And I'm always like, oh, I don't know how I feel, and then like, no, they get all dressed up on Christmas to go to the the big dinner, and then they do whatever they love, and that I don't know. I mean, it sounds.
I feel like
ideal.
if I even tried to do that, I would be like Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon in Four Christmases. Like I would get to the airport and I would be on TV and interviewed, and Marcia would call and be like, "I thought you had a work conference." Like,
So my only exception to that would be if I didn't have to go anywhere and I had like a little place up north in the woods, secluded, like even like a 1 or 2 room like cabin, beautiful Christmas tree with snow everywhere. Again, in the woods, no one to see, and it was just me and Steve, and we
You
just
can
wake
be
up.
naked the entire time. is
Well,
what it
of
comes
course
down
I
to.
would. But to just get up, make
Sure.
breakfast, open some gifts, and not like make a big production of it, but still like have the scenery. Like I picture the cabin like a whole glass wall of windows, so I can see
no,
There we go.
absolutely.
his cabin has a jacuzzi tub on the deck overlooking the
Not
waterfall
gonna lie,
swimming.
yes.
Yeah.
I
But
think
yeah,
I just
like
saw a deer print across the
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So if I was going to be up north in some snow, like I want to be secluded. I don't want anybody around me. I want to just be us and like a nice like little winter scene.
The cool thing
So-
about like when we did go to Florida, what my mom did get me and my brother and my cousin Jen and my sister-in-law that year, our big Christmas gift, because we usually get like one big gift and then the rest is a bunch of little small gifts. She paid for us all to go skydiving, so we got to do that in Orlando, which was really cool.
Hard pass, Marsha. Hard pass.
Hard pass.
Nothing like
Oh.
dying on Christmas.
Right? Way to ruin your birthday and the Christmas holiday.
Oh,
Merry
it was
Christmas. Ho, ho,
a very.
ho!
I think she regretted that trip because she had all of us on a flight. We left Christmas Eve, which was her birthday, and all of her kids were on one plane. And I remember there was so much turbulence. My one brother is terrified of it. Like our oxygen mask dropped.
Oh my
And
god.
like my niece was 3 at the time, and my brother was terrified sitting next to me.
Was it like Home Alone, where your like mom's up in first class and all the kids
Oh no,
are?
my mom and dad never flew. My mom is afraid of flying, so they always
Oh.
drove to Florida.
And your mom arrived and she's like, Eric!
Oh no, she was never looking for me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think before if we have kids, I would love to do a European Christmas vacation, like to do like the German market and Vienna and Austria and like all of that type of stuff, because I think it like
Paris.
I also just watched the Hallmark movie
100% Paris.
But I think it would be beautiful to see like that the Christmas Kindle Mart in Germany, and then go to Austria and like just all that. I think it would just be very, very magical.
So you
and
would
do
want
the old world
like
Christmas.
homemade gifts, like made out of wood and like some glue. I
Yeah.
would be
Josh,
with my
don't be bringing me no damn wooden shoes
Right.
home from Holland.
I would be on the Champs-Elysees with my gold card, like charge that, yes.
I'm gonna be in Amsterdam in a cafe. You just come find me there.
Oh my gosh. I just think it would, I'm really, what it comes down to is that I could drink my way through Europe, and Spencer could probably snack
Girl,
his way
you don't
through
have to
Europe.
go to Europe for that. Just go to Epcot. That's what I did. Go to Epcot.
Stop it.
You
I
can also
can't
come
around
to
the
Oak
world.
Park. You can also
That's
come
the
to
only
Oak
reason
Park
I'll go to
and drink.
Disney. The only reason.
I want to do it in like 2,000-year-old churches, okay?
They frown upon you in church when you drink the whole cup of wine. They frown upon that.
Yeah, and you can't wear hats. You can't wear hats. I've been screamed at so many times going into these cathedrals. Take off your hat. Take off your hat.
CJ, you weren't invited to Prince William's wedding for the last time.
Or was I?
Oh my gosh, no, I think that would be magical. um But no, so the other thing that you were talking about, Eric, and I think something that we should touch on, like when we're talking about Home Alone, like traveling as a family, like around the holidays, like my family, we all did Disney right before Thanksgiving, but it was it was even before, so it wasn't as bad. But like it was a process, like it was an ordeal.
My family did holiday nights at Henry Ford Museum last year, and I was like, I will tell you guys all right now, confirmed, I will never go to Disney World with all of you. It'll never, ever, ever happen. Like, it takes 20 years to do everything.
Right. We almost, like, I remember when we did a family vacation up north, and there was one day that we did like the sand dunes and we are going to rent a boat. We were doing all this shit. And none of us, we were stupid and we didn't stop to eat. And so everyone was hungry and angry, and the hangry came out, and we had small children, and I thought we were going to lose a family member. I legit was just like, I remember at one point I grabbed the 3-year-old, I had him like under my arms, and I was just like, get to the car, there's sandwiches, mom packed a cooler. Like, it was bad. It was real bad. And then
eat a 3-year-old.
No, I picked him up because he was being
their head off.
He was hangry too. So like everyone was just madness.
Literally, like, Christmas vacation, where's the Tylenol? Should be everybody's Christmas sweater.
Yeah. And I think the added stress of a holiday on top of a family vacation is just the hump that broke the camel's back. I think, do they make a special Xanax for that? I don't even know.
I'll ask Jesus and see.
But so I don't know if
I've got to give birth to a baby I didn't even like enjoy.
I think you're better off traveling post-holiday. I really do. I think enjoy Christmas wherever you are, and then maybe go somewhere for New Year's. Or January, February.
Well, should we go back to Florida in January? And like close the gates.
Listening to that Christmas episode last year, I had no idea what we were in for.
Right, I was like, yes, we're going to Florida in 3 weeks.
I would have went back and shook Josh in that cab and been like, you better enjoy this. Listen, we only have like 2 more weeks.
I enjoyed Florida too much. Okay, we all discovered 5 days is my drinking limit. 5 days.
No, I wouldn't mind, like, as we got older and. Some of us have kids, some of us don't, like doing like a big trip where we could all go to like a resort or something like all inclusive, but Nanny's gonna have to come along because
we need someone to have a kid like 2 years ago. So by the time we all have kids, that kid's old enough to watch the other ones, but not old enough to do its own shit. We need that sweet spot. Or you're right, or we need a nanny. It's got to be a female.
I've already been planning like a trip to Mexico for beef dip in January 2022. So I've reached out to people.
2022, hey, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Eric, our cruise was moved to 2022, so technically we're planning vacations.
You guys, I hope Christmas is yet to come. I hope something changes here because it's looking pretty bleak.
No, we started our vaccines, so I think we've got to make it another rough year, though. But because the vaccines are 2 years or 2 cycles. Like you got to have the first one, and then there's a second one.
Oh, like, what?
I think the vaccine is 2 shots.
Yeah, there's 2 shots. Yeah. No, yes, this is what it is. Like, oh, you want?
Does Dolly Parton know this? Can she fix it?
Right. So I think
can you make it one?
What do you want for Christmas? 1 shot or 2?
Yeah.
Vaccine.
So you take one, and then you have to wait like 3 to 4 weeks later and have the other. So by the time we get it, it might be Christmas before we get our second shot.
Oh, wasn't like there was another vaccine that was like that, wasn't there? Like the
I think Trump sent it away. Trump said no.
Well, girl, she's canceled in 2021, so I don't care what she has to say.
Thank you, Jesus.
But yeah, so I'm putting it out there that next year when we do our Christmas podcast episode for 2021, that we'll all be super rich, and this podcast is gonna be #1 on iTunes because all of you fabulous listeners out there, and we won't have to be working or doing jobs. We'll just be on our yacht recording this live. because all the podcast people I know have yet. But putting it out there, 2021, it's going to be a magical year. That will all, more than anything, will be together. We'll be in the same room. We'll be able to hug. We'll be able to kiss. We'll be able to do all those wonderful, wonderful things. That's the number one list on my wish for Christmas future.
Josh, these are a few of my favorite things.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
These are a lot of my favorite things.
Where's Julie Andrews? I feel like she could help. I don't know anymore. But yes. All right. So I think what we should do is we should refill our glasses real quick. Everyone take a little break. Pee break if you're listening to fill your glass. And when we come back, we're gonna play a little game that we love to do, and that's Judge Hot Men. So fill up your glasses and come right back to play the Hunks of Hallmark. Whoop, whoop. We'll be right back.
I love the way that you talk.
And we're back. We're gonna play a little tiny game. You guys can see the screen, correct? Still?
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So for all of you listening out there, we're gonna play a little game. It'll be available on our YouTube channel if you want to see the actual photos. I'm also gonna do my best to describe the hunks in painstakingly detail. AKA most of them just have like chiseled jaws and blue eyes and blonde hair because Hallmark has a type. But
That's why we like Hallmark.
right, in a world or in a year filled with uncertainty, Hallmark was very, very certain in everything that they did. Okay, so we're gonna play this Hunks of Hallmark, the gayest podcast ever game. Okay, so first up, this is how you play. First rule: you'll be given a specific Hallmark Christmas movie scenario. Okay. You already know what you're thinking, I know. All right. The second rule, you'll be given 2 Hallmark hunks.
Talking to you, Eric.
The power went out, and all we have is logs and a fireplace. Got it. Go.
There's one candle, and you've got to stay warm.
Right? Well, that's a good one. That's too steamy for Hallmark, let's be honest. But so the second rule, you'll be given 2 Hallmark hunks. Third rule, you must choose one of the Hallmark hunks. You can't have your big city boyfriend and your hometown sweetheart. It's just not possible, Candace Cameron Bure. You can't have it all.
This is Toronto pride all over again.
Okay.
Why did they get Candace Cameron Bure?
Because she's the queen of Hallmark movies.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Lacey Sheber's the princess. Ashley Williams is like a duchess. I don't know. That's after that I start losing their names.
You can't just give out titles.
I can. I am
Queen of Hallmark.
I'm going to take her title. Okay. So, first up, who would you rather go ice skating with? Okay. Don't you love these little graphics?
Let's
love
do
it.
it.
Okay.
Thanks, Google.
So, we have Andrew Walker or Stephen Hazar.
Ooh.
I should let you know. So I was telling the boys earlier, not all of the Hallmark hunks have shirtless photos all over their Instagram. Only some do. But Stephen Hazar, he's got like a 12-pack.
Stephen Hazar is who I'm picking. Yeah.
I'm Googling right now. Stephen Hazar is my top pick.
Hello. Yeah. And Andrew Walker, I mean, you could probably cut a rock with that jaw. It's a very, very defined jawline. But I had another.
Oh, no. I'm flirting with him at the party, but I'm going home with Stephen.
But the question 100%. Is, who are you going ice skating with? So who's holding you up as you're going around this ice skating rink?
Stephen.
Right?
100%.
Stephen. We all agree. Sorry, Andrew. Stephen is the one that we're going to toe pick with. Okay. Next up.
So a little Douglas Dorsey. Yes.
Yes.
Right. Who would you rather make Christmas cookies with? Okay. Ready? Think about this.
What are we talking about?
You're in the kitchen. Things are a little steamy. Things are a little sticky. Just like a gay bathhouse.
You're looking for some extra frosting.
Yes. She found it. Okay. Neil Matter.
Hey, Mark. I don't even
Or
care
Mark
about
Lucas?
Mark.
Neil. Don't matter. Neil
Didn't
don't
even
matter.
look over there. Mark.
Hi, Mark. Mark, give me a Lucas. I don't even know what it means, but
First of all-
Neil don't matter.
First of all, was Mark on Buffy? Mark
He
on
was. He was
Yes.
Riley Finn.
Yes. Yes, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mark.
Wow, you
Give me
both
that
went right from
buffalo
Mark.
plaid.
I know. Well, I tried. I was like, when I was looking, I was like, well, who would bake cookies? And the other two bitches were too skinny, too muscular. I felt like these guys would actually eat the cookies with you. Like, I'm sure they're ripped under these shirts.
If I ever
I'm sure.
walked in we were younger and this was like your dad saying it, I'd be like, I can't stay here. I'm gonna break up your parents' marriage.
Yeah. I'd like to think maybe this is, you start sucking on a candy cane. You start.
I'm gonna paint your nails and suck your dad's dick. So
Be careful. This is not Holomax.
hey, we have a certain rating on our
Hallmark and Skinamax have a baby. We're taking it to a whole new level.
Everything is marked explicit. But yes, so Mark Blucas is the winner. I know that buffalo plaid looks good on him. He looks so friendly. Want to put his sugar cookie in my mouth? Okay. So, who would you rather drink hot cocoa with? So you're by that fire, you got that hot steaming mug of hot cocoa, little tiny marshmallows are bouncing in it. You look up
with your scenarios. I can't.
You look up and
dying.
You look up from your hot chocolate coffee. You maybe even blow a little, go, and like, who's there? Who's in front of you?
You're gonna blow it.
Yeah, yeah.
Blow it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Are you
no,
doing...
it's COVID. Don't blow on my fucking.
You're blowing the Rona. You're blowing the Rona. Stop. Okay, so it's Wes Brown or Tyler Hines.
Wes Brown, 100%.
Wes Brown is from True Blood. I recognize him.
What's he?
Yeah, he was Charmed. He was in season 2, I believe.
What?
Yeah.
I thought he was on Charmed. Am I thinking the wrong person?
No, I think he was on Charmed as well.
If you're thinking of Cupid, that is Victor Webster.
Cupid? Are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking to the CJ.
Oh, I was like,
watched True Blood all the way through.
Not who Cupid is.
Okay. I definitely am picking Wes.
I'm for sure picking Wes. He is one of my favorite Hallmark hunks. I just love him.
Well, listen, this is a hard one.
Dark hair and blue eyes, yes, please.
Both of them are very attractive, but Wes to me stands out.
Yeah, yeah, and
DJ just always plays favorites when their name is Wes.
Excuse me, I hate that bitch. Love you, Wesley. If you're listening.
Wes Brown, I can just see, he's probably got a little bit of whipped cream on his upper lip. I reach over.
Little Chris Evans number? Little Chris Evans, like, whipped cream?
Girl. You don't know he drinks cappuccino. He could be a latte boy.
It's hot cocoa. It's Hallmark.
Oh, my Lord.
Probably maybe I'll give you a peppermint mocha.
Yes.
Little candy cane sprinkles. Okay. All right. Next, who would you rather get snowed in with? So you're up in the mountains of Colorado. There's been an avalanche. The road is blocked. You're stuck in this cabin. Of course, it is a 3,000 square foot cabin with fully stocked hot tub.
Smaller the better. One whole wall's a window.
You stocked up before COVID. You stocked up.
One hot tub. Let's do it. One Christmas tree. Let's do this.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, of course.
It's my Christmas future.
There's only one blanket. You have to share it. In the giant 3,000 square foot house, there's one bed.
Can we just see the men?
It is Trevor Donovan or Ryan
Trevor Donovan.
Pavey.
Trevor Donovan.
I like the dark hair. I'm going with Ryan.
I like Ryan. I just know Trevor. He was on the reboot.
You know Trevor?
The reboot of 90210. I follow his dog's page on Instagram. He's a big German Shepherd lover. I love Trevor.
I will say, if you are looking for shirtless Hallmark hunks, Trevor Donovan Instagram is a thirst trap. Like every other photo is basically him shirtless.
He came on 90210 with the Dylan character, and they made him gay. It was he was super hot.
Lovely.
Do you not see these beautiful brown features?
I do.
Ryan?
I like dark hair, but I like them tall too. That guy just looks a little bit short.
No, it's an angle.
Have
I
you
think
met
it's the
my
angle of the
husband?
photo.
We'll see.
But,
I mean, Wikipedia what?
Have you met my husband? He's short. I like him
but
short.
I think if I'm trapped in the mountain, I want Trevor Donovan there with me to hold me tight.
Well,
Tiny
you like
dancer.
him tall. You like him tall.
I do.
6'4",
Okay.
what?
So
Convicted criminal? 6'4", though.
all right, guys. So
God.
next up, who would you rather sing Christmas carols with? So it's Christmas on the square.
Well,
There's carolers. You're singing. Who are you with? Who are you holding hands? What song are you singing?
Well, Kristen Chenoweth will be featured.
All right, we got Kevin McGarry and Luke McFarland.
I'm going to need to hear both of their falsettos.
Luke did go to Juilliard.
Well, that weighs a lot.
I don't know where Kevin went. He just kind of looked more like a singer than some of the other ones.
I'm gonna go with Kevin.
Kevin looks cute. Like Kevin looks like normal cute, but Luke looks like I know what I'm doing. I'm kind of a little bit of a model cute. So I'm going with Luke. Luke
is family.
Yeah, I'm going with Luke.
In real life.
He dated Wentworth Miller in real life, and he played the husband. He played the husband on Brothers and Sisters of Kevin's character.
Look at you with your little gay knowledge. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going with Luke.
He also dated. He also dated George from
T.R. Knight.
T.R. Knight from Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Like in real life?
Yes.
Yeah. He's Canadian.
They were on a roller coaster together. It was a very fear moment. It was very Mark Wahlberg. Like he just walked.
I was like,
Erica.
CJ is on the hunt for the YouTube video.
Do I have
to took something very sweet and made it dirty?
Like what is this going to be?
Welcome to the gayest podcast ever.
Yeah. What roller coaster?
It was on Babalo Island.
I don't know where that is. Can it be at Coney Island?
Okay, so next up. All right, it's Christmas Eve. You don't have a Christmas tree. Who are you going out to the Christmas tree lot to pick up a Christmas tree with to restore Christmas spirit to the little orphan girl that's been following you around?
At this point, my mom. Like, that's
Christmas. Your mom's not an option. You gotta pick on
Will Truman.
All right, so you ready? Is it Brendan Penny or Robert Buckley?
It is Robert Buckley. The whole time. Yesterday, past, present, and yet to come.
I'm on the fence.
I'm Brendan
First
Penny.
time ever.
I'm Brendan Penny. He is a tall drink of water.
Yeah, it looks like you could pick him up at JC Penney. No, absolutely
Brandon does look so tall.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go with Robert, though.
Apparently, none of y'all ever watched, Lipstick Jungle, because Robert Buckley is me.
I'm going to go with
Honey,
Robert.
no one watched Lipstick Jungle. That's why it was canceled.
Who has a hairier chest? Is it Brendan?
Brendan does have facial hair in one of his more recent Christmas movies on Hallmark.
I love his Dockers.
His chest.
He did one with Lacey Chabert, the Princess of Hallmark, and it was very good. All right, so and I get it, Robert Buckley, but was he in 90210?
No.
Well, his hair's gorgeous.
No. Yeah, that's a great photo of him. You're welcome. Okay, next up. It's Christmas night.
Oh,
the snow is falling outside. You go to leave, and you're met in the doorway. You're met in the doorway, and you look up, and there's mistletoe. Who's standing there with you? You lean up on your tiptoes. Who do you kiss?
Who's gonna come?
Who's gonna come? Oh Lord, I walked right into that.
Wow,
you sure did.
Brant Daughtry or Jesse Metcalf?
Ooh, both.
You did this on purpose.
I did.
I'll take one for Christmas and one for New Year's.
Right?
She's a holla ho.
Yeah.
Well, I know Jesse's been with a people for a minute.
I mean, just by these photos, I'll take Brant for Christmas because he's dressed for it, and Jesse for New Year's.
Yeah, Brant Daughtry. I couldn't find his Hallmark photo. Like everyone, if you notice, most of these photos they're on like a solid background. Hallmark has Brant Daughtry does not have one.
You know, I'm going with Jesse. I'm going Jessie because she looks like she can throw you against the bedpost.
Yeah, I think I'm going Jessie too. Yeah, so that is your Hallmark movie.
Hey,
Thank
that's
you for
us.
playing.
Oh my God, I was
Hope-
so skinny. What year was that?
Look
I
how
know
cute
what-
we are.
I thought that was a cute little photo. We're all in plaid. It must have been the girls'
Oh,
bachelorette.
must have been
Was
something
the girls'
lesbian.
bachelor.
Yeah, the bridal shower, the wedding shower.
Yeah.
Right? We all did dress in plaid. So yeah,
Yeah, I think there's a U-Haul behind you. Yeah, I see that.
There's a
What's
U-Haul
that?
behind me. Yeah. But so for everyone out there listening, thank you so much for continuing on the second year journey with us that we started way back in 2019 and have continued now into 2020 and now in 2021. We love you. We hope that you have the best holidays and that you stay safe and that you're able to see your loved ones. You guys want to
And
wish
to
them-
next year being much, much better.
Yeah, just have a happy holiday. Stay safe. I love all you boys. I can't wait to see you and give you all big hugs. And yeah, here's to a better 2021. I'm hoping it's like the year I turned 21. Like, let's just have a good year.
Girl, I don't know if I'd survive that. You saw me at D5 of Florida.
Listen, you survived 2020, you can survive 2021 with lots of
True. All right, everyone out there, thank you so much for listening. The best way to say that you love us is to rate, review, subscribe, share with a friend, share with a loved one, share with a coworker, share with the guy walking down the street. Just don't get within 6 feet of him. But we love you. Stay safe. And cheers, boys.
Merry Christmas.
Cheers!